Welcome to the Industry Angel Podcast. We hear from the best business minds across the globe. Entrepreneurs, social influencers, marketing mavens, and sales rock stars. We've got them all. Here comes your weekly dose of inspiration with your host, Ian Farrar.
So we are apparently live now. I know. Right, can you let us know in the comments if you can hear us? Because I'm scared here because I can't hear a thing. We've got technical difficulties because look where we are. We're in the middle of a brewery, all set up. Fantastic. One more than two brew. So let me know in the comments if you can hear me okay. You haven't got headphones on, so you can't even hear me. Can you hear me? What are you talking about? You're so close to us. Yeah. Weird. Need distance. Need distance. Social distance. So let me know if you hear we are at one more than two brew.
Do I need headphones on?
No, you don't need headphones. You can have a drink though.
Yeah. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Sarge.
Yeah. There's our Sarah. Thanks. Oh, there's Mark. He's got one. Thanks, Mark. And our Paul can hear us loud and clear. Do you need this mouse because you're the host this evening for this thing? Aren't you?
I'll take over in a bit.
You'll take over in a bit. Okay, then. So we're here, one more than two. We're across Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And we're on Chris's channel on Facebook. So we're on your Facebook. We're on my Facebook. We're on YouTube, Twitter. It's not Chaz and Dave for Lancaster.
Very good.
Hi, Mum. Nice to join us. Katie, there's our Katie. Hi, Katie. I can hear you fine. Good lass. There's our Carl. It isn't now. Carl likes a pint at the end of the day, so this will be destroying him. It is a nice setting, Carl. and here's my friend. Yeah, he likes a nice pint after work, and who doesn't? And this is a beautiful place to join us. So, when you open Friday, what you do? So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you open.
The tap room's open Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Why don't you tell everyone what's going on? Where are we?
Well, at the minute, with lockdown, the tap room's shut, obviously because it's classed as a bar.
Mm-hmm.
But the bottle shop's open.
But we're just testing for sake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just this is pure testing of ale to make sure everything's fine.
Yeah, it's quality control.
Quality control. Yep. Cheers, Carl. Nice to see you, Gary.
So we're currently in Unit J on Portbury Street in South Shields.
Okay.
Like you said, one more than two brew. Fairly new brewery, only about 4 months old. It's going really well. Community's been incredible. Absolutely incredible. We were really busy until we got locked down again. But now we're not busy because the bottle shop's not particularly well known yet. So, but again, we're only 4 months in, so I can't expect too much.
Bottle shop, as in people can come in. I'm pointing over here, but no one can see. I should have maybe done a tour, you know. Bottles and cans so people can come in. And
they're all based from Northeast breweries, so we're trying to keep the money in the local economy. But the idea is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday you can click and collect, or you can just come in because we're classed as a off license.
All right, okay.
And we do free delivery on a Monday and a Friday.
Can you see that comment on screen there? I'm not sure who. I'm not sure who that's directed at.
I'm guessing that's Mikey.
And Clashy. Do you see a little dig there from Kate?
Oh yeah.
She calls me Ginge, right? So
that's a good point, actually.
Yeah. Hi, Ashley. Good to see you.
But then my beard clashes with my hair, then, doesn't it?
It does. Well, we should shave it off.
I have shaved it off.
Oh, your beard, yeah. No, with the hair I meant.
Oh, the hair. No, I like long hair.
Yeah, sure, whip it off today. This is the 200th episode, right? This could actually be the end of Industry Angel. There might not be actually any more after this. I'm so obviously I would rather work with children than animals right now because this is the scariest ever thing I've done. Honestly, there is 200 episodes, right? I've been on the Tyne Theatre. We've been at the Customs House. I've interviewed some absolute rock stars, right? And then this is the most nervous I've ever been because I set up about an hour ago and he's just wound me up all for the last hour. And his pals, you know, so it's relatively clean, right? So if
I'm not going to swear. I'm not going to throw you any curveballs.
Okay.
Well, there's a few.
Yes, There's Reese throwing a silly comment in. Clean comments, okay. It's before the watershed.
Oh, Reese.
Thank you so much, Ashley, fellow podcaster. There's my besta there, young David Murray. Thanks, Suki.
It is an amazing achievement, 200. I mean, the fact that your first one was so poor. You've done really well.
I would never listen to episode 1, by the way.
Have you never listened to it?
I would. No, I'm saying I wouldn't, but I have listened to it. And I tell you who it was. It was with Dinah, my friend Dinah Bennett, who I met in China, would you believe? Dinah Bennett, MBE. She's a marvelous leader. I love her lots. If you're watching Dinah, I love you. Very inspirational woman. Does it so much for women in entrepreneurship. A lot in developing countries, things like that. She's an absolutely remarkable woman. So yeah, I did love the fact that Dinah was on it because I love her. But yes, I probably wouldn't listen to episode 1 because I was probably terrible.
I've never listened to it. I was only joking.
Thanks, mate. Have you listened to any of my podcasts, by the way? Right, okay.
I've been to them live though.
3.
Because there was free beer.
There was free beer and pizza usually, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. You're getting grief there for wearing
Matty,
your wrist.
Matty.
Watch on the wrong wrist.
This is my left hand, you idiot. It's because it's the wrong way around.
Oh, is it?
No, it's on my right hand.
Okay. Are the Bay City rollers in town? Thanks very much, Carl. Carl's a bit of a fashionista.
Oh, is he?
He's one of the most handsome men in South Tyneside, Carl. I know. Well, I said one.
I think we're both sat here.
Yeah, not the. He was on the podcast. Well, he's actually on South Tyneside Invest's live podcast last week. He's the MD of Urban River. Lovely fella.
Urban River?
Urban River.
Who are they again?
Web company.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, I've
down the
heard of them.
Yeah.
Oh, is that him?
Yeah, that's him.
Hi, Carl.
There you go. There's our Gren look.
Oh, Gren.
So, Gren, we love Gren.
I love Gren.
At least even give you a kiss.
Oh. It's only because I give him free beer.
Tell us about the beers then.
Right. Well, at the moment,
I'm just testing this one, make sure it's not poison.
well, everyone drank me dry before lockdown.
Okay.
So obviously, from a financial point of view, it's pointless me making beer if I wasn't going to sell it during lockdown.
Okay.
So at the minute, I don't know if anyone knows about our beers, but they're all really long names. Because I was told when I started brewing, or when I was going to get my own brewery, everyone said to me, you can't have too many buckets. Make sure that your names are really short and punchy.
Right.
And make sure that your pump clips really stand out.
Yeah.
So I made really minimalistic pump clips just to be different.
Yeah.
Which sounds odd, but that's the way it's going. So you see a lot of the pump clips now, loads of artwork, massive colours.
Really funky colours now.
Yeah. So, and the names either come from things I've heard in the past that have made me laugh.
Right.
Like actually, Matty Booth, who commented before, we were at a beer festival in Germany, a street festival. We took a bar over, and don't know exactly how it came about, but he said to me, I was supposed to be getting some bratwurst, and I didn't get any. Mate was 10 deep at the bar all day for 3 days.
And you were serving at the bar?
Yeah. And he said, he just shouted over from one bar to the other. He's like, I don't care if your grandmother's dead. What's the bratwurst situation? So I wrote it down. And on the way back, we were laughing about it. And I said to Matty, if we ever open a brewery, that's going to be the name of our first IPA. And there it is.
And I've got that pump clip, haven't I?
You've got that pump clip in your office, yeah. Don't care if your grandmother's dead. What's the bratwurst situation?
Well, Matthew looks upon it fondly. A glorious time, apparently.
It was a glorious time. It was hilarious. It took 17 hours to drive back from Germany. Absolutely shattered.
When was that then?
June 2019. It was last year.
So then you've obviously been in the beer for quite a while.
Yeah. Been brewing on and off for years. And then me and Matty actually decided to open this place. And then Matty left me.
So is it? So you know the pump clip's got 2 dudes on it then? So it's just you now, really?
Yeah. So the second head on, it's not on any of them, but on the logo, the second head is actually Matty. But,
nice touch.
But he left me.
Nice. Well,
to be fair, he got an offer to open a brewery in Madeira. And I was like, Madeira, South Shields. You don't really
flip
that coin twice, do you? No, it's because of lockdown.
Oh, right, okay.
But I'm sure he'll get to do that at some point. Well, he better, because I want to go over.
Do you want to tell people the 1 more than 2 story, the name?
Oh, yeah, we wanted to call it 3 Brew, but there was already a 3 Brew in Cardiff, so I jokingly said, let's call it 1 more than 2. And Matty said it had a nice ring to it, so it just stuck.
1 less than 4.
Well, the thing is, if we franchise it, right, which is one of the plans, because nobody's ever franchised a brewery before.
Right.
Because of beer duty. So obviously, the more beer you make, the more duty you pay.
Ah, yeah.
So I said, well, if we're going to franchise it, let's do it in a way where you franchise the model, but not the company.
Yeah, because you've got to have all the gear again, don't you? You can't just create another company and use the same gear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it just becomes a new company.
Yeah.
With a new AWRS reference and everything like that.
Oh, we're getting technical.
Alcohol wholesaler retail scheme.
What was this?
So if it goes to, just say you open it in Carlisle.
Sorry, I'm just talking. I'm listening.
You interacting?
I'm interacting.
How dare you engage? It would be 2 more than 3, or 3 more than 5, or 10 more than 6, or whatever.
You're supposed to be hosting this, but look at this. There's a question for you. Do you think the brewery has now transitioned from a destination concept to simply a destination? What on earth is he talking about?
I don't know what that means. Isn't that the same question within a question?
It's like Googling.
Reese.
Looking in the mirror and with another mirror.
So Reese is my business partner, so I think he's trying to wind us up.
Yeah, very strange.
This is a destination concept, though. That's why we moved it slightly out of town.
Yeah, and it's very community-based as well, though, isn't it? I mean, everything is about the community, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, we try and involve as many people as we can. I mean, the idea is it's a community brewery, so, you know, people can come in and help brew. They can name the beers. They can design the artwork.
I'm listening. I'm just
I'm
engaged.
You're playing with your little computer thing.
It's 200 episodes, right? I'm going to have fun this evening. Right? I'm going to have fun with it. Normally it's all about them. Well, you know what it is. It's all about me tonight.
Fair enough.
Right. Actually, it's on your Facebook page. So.
I'll tell you what, why don't I intro you?
Go on then.
I've got my little intro thing.
Connection.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So we're not live.
Is someone on the internet?
Get off the internet.
There you go. We're back.
Oh, we're back.
We're back.
Oh, right, okay.
We're back. I'm going to turn my Wi-Fi because I'm on your internet connection.
Yeah, I'll turn mine off as well.
Yeah, turn your. It's a brewery, not a data center.
Yeah, the internet is pretty bad in here. I'm not going to say who it is, but BT are really bad. Anyway,
BT could stand for anything, couldn't it? Bluetooth.
Yeah. Oh no, that's swear. Right.
No, that's fair.
So, Ian is an entrepreneur, a professional speaker, sales guru, international networker, social evangelist, social media expert, father of 2, drinker of fine ales, a fellow ginge, crossbar challenge champion, and Cecily, one of the nicest and most helpful people I've met since I've started in the world of business. So good evening, Mr. Farrar. How are you, sir?
I'm very good, thank you.
How long did it take you to write this?
Do you know what's really funny? When he said that, ask how I am. It's a thing that really bugs me when I listen to podcasts. People say, "Hi there, you know, thanks for joining us on episode 193 of How You Doing Today?" Well, you can't answer, can you?
So I feel horrendous.
And another thing, when you go, "How are you doing?"
Piles.
Well, you know how I'm doing because I've been sat with you for the past hour.
All right, sorry, I'll rephrase it.
But if you could.
Good evening, Mr. Farrar.
Hi, good evening.
How are you?
You've done it again, haven't you? You've done it again. Look at our Katie, and I'm modest. Very modest, Catherine. Very, very, very modest. Do you have a Christmas-themed new brew in the works? Who set that up? Have you just set that up with somebody?
I haven't, but this is our first ever bottle, and it's a festive stout, 5%. We've done it with Darwin Brewery in Sunderland and Little Quaker Distillery in Darlington. So it's got orange peel, nutmeg, cinnamon, and then we soaked some oak chips in the rum from Darlington and used that as part of the fermentation process. It's very, very nice. It's just Christmas in a bottle.
It is. I've just tasted it. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm not a huge fan of stout.
I love stout.
It is good.
I'm not a huge fan of cinnamon.
You wouldn't drink this, would you?
I drink that IPA.
All right.
I just don't drink some of my IPAs because I don't like them.
Okay, then how do you test them? Just do like.
If it smells and tastes like beer, it's beer. That's my mantra.
All right. Okay.
It's the flavors. I don't like fruitier beer, but I have to produce fruity beer because that's what customers want. So.
That's what. So Leanne says there. It sounds yummy.
It is.
So
how
can Leanne get her hands on such a wonderful, yummy drink?
It's available from Monday online at our shop thing on something. I don't know what it's on.
What, click and collect or something?
No. What's the shop thing? Oh, it's on the website, isn't it? The website, onemore-than-2brew.co.uk. Shut up, man. And you can get it from Darwin Brewery, and you can also get it online at Quaker Distillery.
So that was a collaboration?
3-way collaboration, yeah. Northeast collaboration. So.
Fantastic. You're all about the Northeast, aren't you?
Yeah, most definitely, yeah. Everything we do, like all of our products in here from the Northeast.
Yeah.
Everything that goes on the bars from the Northeast. We've even got nuts that have been made in the Northeast.
What about them Scotch eggs?
Oh.
Are they Northeast? They're Northeast, aren't they?
Yeah. He's from the Northeast. I don't know where. Over the river somewhere.
What's that, Darren there? He's up the road in Bishop Auckland. How can Darren get a hold of him?
Ah, no, Darren.
You know Darren?
He's just trying to sell me kegs. I'm not kegging yet, Darren, but I will be in the new year, so I'll give you a shout.
Well, actually, my friend Carl mentioned they're helping you get involved, but, in terms of the community bit, you've got so many volunteers that come to the brewery.
Oh, yeah, we've got loads.
Just wouldn't happen without them.
I mean, the whole tagline for the brewery in the first instance was "Let's build a community." Mm-hmm. I even sang a song on Instagram. You
did sing a song. Do you want to give us a little tinkle on the ivories?
I can't play it.
Can you not?
I forgot how to play it. I learned how to play it just for that thing, for that video.
Right.
And then I never played it in the video because it's a take on "Do you want to build a snowman?" It was "Do you want to build a brewery?"
Right.
Which was actually Reese's idea.
I wonder if I can show everybody the sign behind us if I get rid of that.
What sign?
It's gone.
What sign?
Don't lick anything. That's
hashtag don't lick anything. Yeah.
Is that because of COVID?
Yeah, that's our COVID advice.
Just don't lick anything.
Don't lick anything.
Hands, face, space.
Do anything you want, just don't lick anything.
Just don't lick anything. It's fine.
So yeah, so the Let's Build a Community thing came out because I remember growing up in pubs and it was always like you'd be sat in there on a Sunday and there'd be 25, 30 of you or something. And you'd have a group of people that had like all different skill sets and things, and everyone would be helping each other out and stuff. And I thought, well, if I can build that here, then that'd be amazing. And I seem to have achieved that in 4 months already.
Should I ask this question here from Glenn? Look, what were the current conditions? How do you rate your first few months of business since opening? And are you confident for the next 12 months?
He's just sat over there.
He just wants a name check, man.
I know,
honestly,
yeah.
Kids.
I mean, obviously it's been difficult. Revenue's not been great, but we'll survive. I mean, one of the reasons why I opened it during lockdown was more of a test. I mean, if you're going to test a business and its model, doing it during lockdown is the best stress test of all, right?
Yes, everything gets better from there.
Yeah, exactly. So if we can survive this, then
I'm taking these out.
We can survive any time. Why'd you have them in?
So I can just hear to make sure we're all right. But we're all right.
I'm only here.
Well, no, but everyone can hear. That's fine. It's just
you're hearing what they're hearing?
No, I'm hearing you. And I'm hearing me. It's a podcast thing, man.
Right.
You're supposed to be the host.
Sorry.
You're supposed to know this stuff. Ask some questions.
Right, Ian. How do you get away with charging people to go on a walk?
Well, I've actually got a carpaway sticker here. I was going to stick it on. It says don't lick anything. I always say don't stick anything. There's my carpaway stickers. So yeah, carpaway.com, where I pay people to go for walks.
You charge people to go for walks?
Yeah, I do.
So you charge people so you could just go on a walk?
You could just go on a walk.
For free?
Yes.
But you charge them?
Because you come with me.
So, right. Do you give any of this money to the National Trust?
Who?
The land that you walk on?
No idea who they are.
Yeah.
It's a leadership support group. So we all, Carpaway is actually fun. You need to get on Carpaway, right? It's a dozen business leaders sharing issues. Stop laughing. Stop laughing.
I can go for a walk whenever I want.
Well, go on then. Why don't you go for a walk now? Leave me with your tribe.
Oh no, I've got another 6 questions.
Oh, carry on then.
Go on then. Tell us about this scam that you're doing.
I'm not telling you. It's a leadership support group. So we come and help each other through issues. Kate goes, tell him, Kate. Right, and it's an online mastermind, so we all jump on together and discuss stuff.
No, it's really good.
It's like question one company done. Destroy my next company.
So you've obviously interviewed quite a few people over the past. How long has it been going?
5 years.
5 years. So who was the worst person you've interviewed? And why?
The worst person I've interviewed. I have interviewed 3 people who didn't make it onto the podcast.
Really? That bad?
That bad.
And were they in front of a live audience?
No. So it wasn't live. It was just remote. So I was just recording them. And what happens is they slip through the net. So it's like a filtering system. So someone will reach out. We get about, I don't know, maybe 10 or so a week saying, can I come on the show? And it's all about like trying to sell stuff. So it'll be like, I want to sell my book. I want to sell my course.
Yeah.
I'm so great. But sometimes someone will give you really good flannel. But when you get them on, you think, right, okay, you add real good value to my audience because you're going to give them so much, like, free advice and stuff.
Yeah.
And it literally becomes an absolute sales fest. And when I'm on the call, within like 3 minutes, it's not going to work. But you can't just put the phone down after like 3 minutes. You've got to actually go through the half an hour and like go through the motions and I go, okay, thanks so much for that. Oosh. He's not getting on. That's happened a few times.
Was there?
But only like 3 in 200. That's not too bad.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So why do you think we dream?
Oh, God. Why do we think we dream? Yeah. That's our angelic ancestors taking us on journeys to self-heal. You did ask. Do you know what I mean?
I asked my brother that question. I do that. I interview my brother every week.
Yeah.
So why do you think we dream, Mick? And he went, that's easy. I thought, here we go. He goes, well, your eyes are bored. So what do you mean? He's like, when you close your eyes, it's dark, isn't it? So your eyes have to make stuff up. Genius.
You asked that question about who's the worst one, and Simon Raybould, he wanted to say him. He is a huge fan of being controversial, Simon. He's a two-timers club, actually. He's been on a few times.
I've met Simon a couple of times. And
he's lush, man.
Yeah, I like him. I really like him.
There's Rob there, look. I want to know what activity was the best you've done with Carpaway? Well, Rob took us canoeing down the Tyne.
Oh, you took it at night?
It was fun. No, not at night.
Oh, why?
Well, that's ridiculous.
No, you get them all lit up. We've not seen it.
Canoes with lights on and head torches. It's all about the tide, right? Isn't it, Rob? It's all about getting the tide right. Took it down the Tyne in canoes, and it was just fantastic. I took my dad as well. It was great. And everyone was buzzing afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Because we took a day out of work and just discussed stuff, and we felt much better. Oh, you're much more productive getting off the hamster wheel.
Is that what Carpaway is about?
So don't diss Carpaway. Right?
So how many people did you ask before me to do this?
None.
Don't lie.
None.
Don't lie.
I don't know anybody who brews beer.
Oh, I see. That's what it was.
I didn't ask anybody. On the 100th, we did it with Ray Spencer at the Customs House, which was fantastic. And that's when you could do it with people. Like, we were allowed to play out then, but we're not now.
I love Ray.
Ray is cool. But this is good as well. We're doing loads of things. I think, if anything, what this pandemic's done is, I don't want to use the pivot word, but I'm going to. Everyone's innovating and pivoting. So I used to always do this just audio only. But now we're doing it Facebook Live and all these different channels. So it's actually opened up something new. And look, everyone's engaging that aren't even here in different countries, and we can throw up comments. It's great. So excellent.
Reese,
hope you have a mortgage holiday. Yes, Reese, he's just destroyed my career.
How much money would it take you to stop doing this podcast?
About 9 pints worth.
9 pints?
9 pints.
There's someone offered you money.
Well, no, but the obviously...
No, if you could make... Just say you had enough money and you thought, do you know what? I don't really need to do this podcast anymore.
But I love doing the podcast. It's my passion project. It doesn't bring any money in. 180,000.
180,000?
Yeah.
Right, I'll get my checkbook.
That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible.
Did you know that penguins can jump 6 feet in the air?
Biscuit.
Yeah, biscuit.
Wow. Amazing.
Penguin biscuit.
Garibaldi's are better. Do you know polar bears do this when they're hunting?
Well, they got COVID.
No, because they're all white, but the noses are black. So they cover the nose, whatever they're hunting can't see them, and they sneak up. It's true. Isn't it true?
Well, that means they have to walk on 3 legs.
Well, they always walk on 9 legs anyway. Polar bears don't walk on 4.
Yeah, they do.
And they wear little bow ties and all sorts of
Right, do you want some serious questions?
Go on then.
If you could employ your children,
yes,
what strengths do you think they bring to your business?
Well, Luke Farrar's a barber now, so I can get my haircut anytime I wanted to, which is amazing. But he has the gift of the gab. I mean, look, he can talk to anyone, can't he? He's super cool. So
he's good crack.
Yeah, he's good crack. And Jessica's very creative and strong.
Very
strong because she carries kegs of beer and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, they're absolutely two. I'm blessed with a boy and a girl. Every day I'm thankful of that. And yeah, they teach me stuff, man. It's great. I learn from them. It's fantastic.
They're very good kids.
Oh, hello. I'm absolutely blessed. But yeah, creativity with Jessica and Luke could talk to customers really easily. Excellent. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Just talking normally. Not all this buzzword bingo stuff. People just want to be dealt with like humans in business. I think, again, another thing in the pandemic, that's relaxed, hasn't it? we're all now in each other's lounges on like Zoom and stuff, and there's kids running in, there's partners putting cups of tea down when you're like doing meetings.
You're just in a thong.
It's you from the waist down, nude.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's relaxed, I think.
We've done that yet?
What, being nude from the waist down many times?
I was going to say we are now, but you can see
let's not stand up.
Right. Give us a dad joke.
Give you a dad joke. I'll tell you Luke's favourite joke.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's watching. Luke, you might comment. No, he's probably not watching. A guy's in the hospital and the doctor comes in and he says, I've got some good news and some bad news. And he said, okay, doctor, give us the bad news. He went, I'm sorry, we've had to amputate both your legs. He said, what's the good news? He said, the man in the next bed wants to buy his slippers. Come on. Luke loves that one. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's hard. It's harsh.
That is pretty good. Do you want to play a game?
Yes, please. Does
Right.
it involve drinking? Because this is nearly...
You want to do a drinking game?
fun.
Do you want another beer?
Of course I do.
I'll tell you, I'll pull you a pint.
Right.
You crack on.
Right, I'll look
You
at
can
some...
go away.
I'll look at some comments. Let me look at some comments.
There we go.
Yes, I'll have another KG monkey thing. Right, let's what have we got here then? Let's go through. Chris Marshall, if you could be any animal, what would it be? That was quick. If you could be any animal, what would it be? Hurry up, you're losing viewers.
Animal.
You're losing viewers, man. They're dropping off like wildfire. Yeah,
Because
you need to up your crack.
That's because it's not a very good question.
Oh, sorry, Chris.
I blame the audience.
I love rhinos, Chris. I'm a huge rhino fan. I love rhinos.
Leeds rhinos.
No, not Leeds rhinos. Real rhinos. White rhinos.
Real.
The armor and that. They're amazing. I don't know why I love rhinos. I've got a little rhino in the car. Do you know if you noticed it? Not a little real one, because they're endangered. Pick an animal.
Oh, monkey.
Monkey. Original. Well done. How long did it take you to think of that? Laura here. Why am I? You're the host. What is the biggest obstacle you come across when opening the brewery? Not COVID related. From Laura Elliott.
Ooh,
It's a good one, Laura.
that's a very good question. The council? No.
Nope. Gren's watching.
Yeah, Gren Irvin. He was my biggest obstacle.
Gren's your biggest fan.
He is.
He's very helpful of us both.
I think he was doing it on my own to start with. I didn't, that thing of like you've got full control of something and it's your baby and you don't really want to pass stuff off.
Yeah.
So you try and do stuff on your own.
You try to do everything.
Everything on your own, yeah. You different hat
wear
all
every
the time.
hat on you,
Yeah. And it's only when I started letting people help, and there was so much help available.
Yeah.
I mean,
But you've got to give that away and you're a control freak. I'm not saying you are, but sometimes you
I didn't think I was until it started happening, and then you've got that kind of, all right, then you go and do that. Not like that.
Yeah.
Do it like this.
No, he's got to let them
What
go.
was the point in the
it's
first
gotta let them
place?
go.
So, yeah, I would say that.
Alfie Joey, can I be on episode 300? Alfie, you were on episode 16 something, my friend. Alfie drew me. Did you see the picture? He little sketched of us. He's fantastic, Alfie. Yeah, everyone loves Alfie. If you were a beer, what would you be called?
How many gingers does it take to change a light bulb?
Blonde Bomber.
The blonde bomber.
I love
There's my
that.
brother.
That's me, man.
No,
Oh,
hello there.
On the
Ian.
side.
100% Chris has odd socks on. Just thought I would tell you.
oh, Mickey Donovan. There he is. Odd socks on. Well, he always wears these rigger books, Mickey.
But there's a grey one.
Can you sort them
Let's
out?
see what the other colour is.
How do you prepare for your podcast? That's a good question, Suki. Normally, leave it about 50 minutes before I go live, panic considerably, and then ask you guys if you can hear us okay. I don't really like to prepare much. I like to do this sort of stuff, just having a crack, really. I think that works really well, rather than like scripting stuff. I think people like that as well, that off-the-cuff stuff, and even just getting questions. I love questions. It's great.
Yeah, I think this is a better way to do it.
Yvonne's asking there, who put the lights up around the beer garden? They had a real touch of class.
It's my mother-in-law.
Did your mother-in-law put them up?
Yes, she did. Did a very good job.
Well done, Yvonne. Ever wanted to call it quits? Ever wanted to call it quits on the podcast? As it was going so badly. Is that a hint?
I like Kate.
Yes, Kate, I have wanted to call it quits on a podcast. It was going badly. Hasn't, not live. Everyone seems to have been super cool live. But yes, a few times. I didn't want to ask too weird a question before tomorrow. Cue ominous music. Oh my goodness. See, this is the problem of going
Before
live.
tomorrow, what's happening tomorrow?
I don't know. This is the problem going live. People throw. That was Chris who wanted to know what animal you were.
Oh.
Come back to your questions.
All right, okay.
Carl, what is your biggest achievement? Hang on, let's have this one then. Biggest achievement. I'd say for me, some of the overseas stuff I've done. Overseas work. Well, you know, it's just like quite daunting, isn't it? Sometimes like rocking up to some Middle East oil company where everyone's like sheikhs and stuff like that, and you're just a daft lad from Shields. Do you know what I mean? That is quite daunting.
What did you do for them?
So I was the director of a software company, and we were supplying them with software. So I had to go over and like talk about the particular projects we're running, but they were really quite intense. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of money involved.
Boring.
No, it wasn't boring.
Softwares.
Well, I couldn't write a line of code,
You just sell it though.
but I can sit in the beer garden next to the Burj Al Arab and
Is that what you did?
on expenses.
If you were God, what would you change about the human body?
Feet.
You're not a big fan of feet.
Just rubbish, aren't they? Very ugly, aren't they? Feet.
They keep you upright.
They do, but I don't know what the alternative is.
Wheels.
No, the squeak.
They squeak.
Yes. Springs.
Skis.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So you swap feet for
Feet for
skis.
skis. Feet for skis.
Fair enough. Are you scared that you are bringing your kids up in a world where there is climate change and pandemics? I've worded that horrendously. I apologize for the grammar.
That's a deep question. No, not at all. I've got no choice to bring them up in this. You can influence stuff, but you cannot change it massively. So you just have to adapt and do what you can, don't you? So yes, I'm fine with that.
Just let them get on with it.
Well, no, but you just you can show them that.
So don't worry, we'll be underwater in 30 years.
No, that's fine. No, you can help them. I mean, I'm a vice chair of governors at a school, and I love going into schools and influencing children, but also learning from them as well. And I remember we were advertising for a teacher, it was a head, and we grabbed a bunch of kids and we said, right, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to ask this head some questions. And that's what the kids asked about. What are you going to do about what's your opinion on plastic in the ocean?
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, wow. And these are kids about 9 years old.
Wow.
So, you know, you're thinking about those type of questions. They know more than we do. They're all over it. So I think they're the ones that's going to influence and change stuff. Not
So
us.
if anything, we should just get out the way.
Pretty much.
And let
Well, there
them-
is that. What's that young kid, Greta Thunberg?
Thunberg.
Yeah, you know, I mean, she's all over it, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mind you, I haven't seen her in the news recently.
Well,
COVID. So,
Sorry, Greta.
quick. I can't read quick enough. Do you think you'd be a good James Bond?
Well, Daniel Craig's
Either
only
in
little, isn't he?
character or as in playing the role or an actual real life MI5. Oh, he's MI6, isn't he?
Well, you wouldn't be because you've just given all the secrets away straight away there. Daniel Craig, isn't it Daniel Craig? He was only little, right?
He's 5'10".
Nah,
not
he
little.
wasn't 5'10".
He is.
He was wearing heels, Cuban heels. He was never 5'10".
I'm fairly certain. Someone Google it and let us know how tall Daniel
definitely.
Craig is.
I could be a better good Daniel. Daniel Blake. That's a different film altogether. My mate Bryn was in Daniel Blake.
He
actually.
was Bryn of the House of Ruhr.
House of Brew. Let's pick some questions up here. Look, there's Gary. Look, describe your work ethic. So, hi Gary. What we'd talked about before was good, fun, but professional, didn't we say?
Yes.
Very much so. You know, remembering that everybody is important. From I don't even like saying top to bottom because there isn't top to bottom for me. I like flat stuff. Everyone's important, and
Yeah.
just treat people with respect and have fun along the way. Life's too short. You spend so many decades at work. Got to enjoy yourself. And this is why I've said to loads of people: if you're not enjoying your job, you just got to change it.
Oh, yeah.
It's, you know what I mean? Just like what you've done here, you've just decided, I'm going to do this. And here it is. You probably had to cut your cloth accordingly.
Oh, massively. Wing
You
and a
know?
prayer.
Yeah.
Wing and a prayer.
But look,
I know. Did all right, didn't I?
it's amazing, isn't it? It's great.
I mean, the good thing about this place is I fall in love with it every day.
Lucy said he's 5'10".
See?
Well, then my mate said there's nothing wrong with little fellas. So I didn't say there was anything wrong with little fellas.
Oh, there's my grandmother.
But, you know, like
Hi,
James
Gran.
Bond, he's quite like Sean Connery was like tall guy, right? Wasn't he?
I don't know.
Rest in peace. He was a big, tall guy. And then Daniel Craig just doesn't look right. Doesn't look right.
It's a bit
Sizest.
sizist. Yeah.
Soz.
How tall are you?
5'10". No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm 6.
6 foot.
Yeah.
So you're all right to play Bond, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Fair enough.
Well, actually, let the girls tell us. Lucy, like, what do you think? Like, does James Bond have to be tall, or I'm just talking myself into right?
I mean, it's a fictional character at the end of the day, so it could be anything.
Okay, then. Go on, you go back to yours and I'll read some of these.
Right, okay.
Look at that. Hang on.
What?
If you had to change one thing about you, what would that be?
Well, it's my height now, isn't it? Because I'm not allowed to be James Bond.
I think it's my skis. What would I change? Oh, man.
I'm not as organized.
Nah, I don't care.
I'm not as organized as I should be.
Not as organized. I'm like flitty. I like get shiny things. Syndrome.
Magpie.
Aye, totally.
I didn't think you would be, though, because you've got that, if you touch it, you get it done kind of thing.
And I know, but like I just love other things. I just want to do lots of stuff.
Let's move on from that.
Okay.
What do you want Jess to be when she grows up? Don't say anything she wants to be.
Jess Farrar can be. I'd like her to come and work at Far North with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, her and Misha got on really well. There's producer Misha there, just popped in. They got on really well. But she's really creative, so yeah, I'd like her to come work with me, but she's mad as a box of frogs, isn't she? She's deep as the ocean, man.
Yeah, she's deep.
Whoa, someone's going to have to marry her.
She is funny. Do you think the world needs a 5'10" ginger haired James Bond with skis for feet? Yes, of course.
Look at
stupid question.
what Lucy said there, that Daniel Craig was a shite Bond. See?
How can you swear, but I can't?
Shite's not swearing.
Is it not?
No, shit's swearing. Shite's not.
Is that the first time you've ever sworn on your podcast?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I did it.
Yeah.
How long have we been on?
I know. 40 minutes.
Oh.
We've lost about 10 viewers in the last
Just
40
from saying
minutes.
shit.
Yeah. Yes. Go on, then get back your questions. I'll read these.
Right. If you were the King of England and had absolute power,
Yes.
what would you tell people to do? Apart from vaccinate the children.
I would tell people to. This is an interesting thing, right? So you know how.
I'll be the judge of that.
Right. So think about this in a world. Everybody earns the same amount of money.
Communism.
Communism. So I'm a greengrocer, right?
Right.
And I get 10 grand a year.
Right.
You're a butcher and you get 20 grand a year. Why is that? Can we not just both get like 15 grand a year?
Well, it's about worth, isn't it?
Oh, are you worth more than me? Like, just because you chop up feet and I chop up sprouts.
Well, it depends on the market.
The wealth in the world is nuts. That's what basically what I'm getting at.
Oh, right, okay. So you tell people they all
Like,
have to earn the same amount of money.
What's the percentage of what is it like? There's a small percentage of the world own like 60% of the wealth.
Yeah, 0.1.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it? I'd sort that out.
You'd sort that out.
I'd sort that right out. Oh, Gates, money now.
I mean, there is an
You and Melinda, write me a check.
there is an initiative that's been trialed in a few countries
Right.
that's a universal payment.
Yes.
You've heard about it. So everyone gets
Yeah,
paid $1,500, euros, whatever.
There you go. Lucy said it there, like Iceland. Look,
Is it?
I'm sure they do something similar. Yeah. Like they try to balance the wage system out.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Lucy's right.
I'll have a chat with old Vic.
Right.
Oh, no, Victoria's not the Queen. That was a while ago, wasn't it? Elizabeth.
Yes, Queen Victoria. Actually, it'd be
Universal income. That's it.
It's not, man. Right, what's this? Jen Milne. Super Jen. Hi, Jen.
Hi, Jen.
What's the kindest thing you've had happen to you in business which didn't involve money? Kindest thing in business. Well, I
I've
got
had loads.
Team D sent me like so much champagne a couple of weeks ago for celebrating 200 episodes because they're a huge fan of Industry Angel. There's so much champagne. That was lovely.
That's kind.
That is lovely. And isn't it nice when people send you stuff? Like this week, I've sent out a few. Is Ashley King here? Ashley King, did you get the egg timer and postcard I sent you? Just sending little bits and bobs to people. I think that's quite nice. What's the nicest thing that happened to you?
Well, it's all the volunteers. They've all been incredibly kind and they've all done so many different things. when it comes to the brewery. So, for instance, the outdoor areas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Nigel, I don't know if he's watching. He said he was going to. Nigel took a week off work to do his own garden, and ended up doing our outside area.
Because your outside area is more important than his garden.
Well, yeah. I mean, his wife hates me now, but
That's fine.
What was that question, Glenn?
What's this one here? Look, what one thing do you do daily to keep you motivated?
Do you know what? This is going to sound really cheesy, but I just come to the brewery.
Yeah.
I just
Really motivated.
I walk through that door, and I'm just in love every single time I walk in that door.
Yeah.
Because we've built this place from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we've used upcycled wood. I've got 3.5 tons of wood for £250.
What?
Yeah.
Say that again.
3.5 tons of wood for £250.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I can't remember where we got it from, or I'd name drop them, but it was in Newcastle.
Mm-hmm.
They basically wanted rid of it, so they delivered it to me. All the wood that you see here was basically that £250.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the fact that we've built this from scratch,
Yeah.
and the community part of it as well is really good. Like we've got some community projects planned for the new year, including a local school. Just to what was the question?
You're not gonna send beer to the local school, are
No,
you?
no.
God bless you.
No.
What are you gonna do?
No.
Or the team of merry
So basically the idea is we
volunteers.
get a project team together on a Saturday morning. We
Do
go
stuff.
out and do something in the community for the more vulnerable or for
Excellent. Love it.
different projects. And then everyone that helps out can come back and get smashed for free.
Fantastic. Well, there's our Jim. Hiya, Jim. It's been a long time since I've seen you, man. He's asking, what's the beer? What am I drinking? IPA Monkey, apparently.
Yeah, you don't walk past a £10 monkey and not buy it.
Yeah, that's what I'm drinking, Jim. What I was going to talk. You're talking about upcycling. So that you've got like a lot of your equipment here. You're a man for a deal, aren't you?
Oh yes,
Yeah, you do like a good deal.
Yes.
You'll go down and
yes.
grab stuff, bits of kit, and
There's about 100 grand's worth of kit in here, and I've got it all for about 20.
excellent.
We sometimes play a game with people because a lot of the stuff I've not stolen, but I've got on loan in effect.
Got on loan,
But they'll never get it back.
right?
I hope they're not listening. So we play a game where you say, right, point to something in the brewery and I'll tell you how much it was. 99% of the time, well, that was free. That was free. That was free.
Sure, there's product placement here, isn't there?
Yeah.
Product
yeah.
Product placement.
These are done by our
Sand Dancer
photographer,
Girl.
Rachel House,
There
who's
you go.
Sand Dancer Girl on Instagram. And Peter Crouch's podcast is out now. I don't know if you can see that. There you go.
We don't like that kind of thing.
Go to listen to that.
Rubbish podcasts, man.
It's better than this
This is where
nonsense
it's
anyway.
not. Get back to your questions anyway.
Oh, sorry, boss. Right. So imagine you've got no business, no kids, no partner, no responsibilities, just for one day.
Yep.
What do you do?
Have I got any money at all?
Yeah.
I've got money.
Yeah.
Say it again. What?
You've got unlimited resources.
Say it again.
So imagine you have no business, no kids, no partner, just for one day.
Right.
You wake up in the morning, no responsibilities, no meetings, no phone calls, no school
And no
drops,
job. I've got no job.
no job, no nothing. And all of that is out your head.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Just pick up the phone.
Start a new business.
Just ring people. Ring people I know.
Tell them you love them.
Tell them I love them. Anything I can help you with.
Fancy going on a walk?
Can I come in with you? Just use your network. Your network is your net worth. You've heard that loads of times, right?
No. I mean, you haven't got a network.
I've got nothing.
What do you do? What do you do? What does
I've
Ian
got
Farrar do?
Just wander around with skis on my feet. Skiing around Cleveland
Going,
Hills.
dun, 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 dun.
I've got no idea what that question's all about.
Doesn't matter. You ready?
Favorite Christmas movie has to be Elf, doesn't it?
I don't find it funny.
I do like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Don't
That
find
is-
it funny.
No?
No.
Where he plugs all the lights in. Too funny. Gremlins.
Yes. Gremlins is a good one.
Gremlins is a good one. Die Hard.
Is it a Christmas movie?
I think Nigel wants you to play the piano.
We
Go on.
can't sing the song I made for
Get
you
rid of that
before.
Peter Crouch rubbish. Sling that out of the way.
Get rid of that carpet rubbish. Is
Yes,
that?
sir.
Oh. I can't play the piano. Why are you asking me to play the piano?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
You can play it. I've seen you on. Go on, get back to your questions.
Oh, man. Have we not got any questions on there?
What are some specific roadblocks to watch out for Oh, we're talking about business here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You answer that.
Roadblocks. I think resource. I think it's trying to do everything yourself. What you touched upon before, but like you're wearing a number of hats. I think sometimes you have to understand that you need to bring people in and let them do some of the work for you and take it off your hands. You'll never grow. You're the bottleneck. Like I was the bottleneck in this business that I'm in now. I just was trying to do everything and it was just crazy. I just couldn't do it. About burnout because I've been there numerous times and it's crazy and I don't even learn my lesson. I keep burning out all the time and I just need to actually come off. So a roadblock is actually yourself.
I was going to say that, but I thought it sounded a bit cheesy. But yeah, I agree.
No, it's
I
not.
think yourself. It's always your biggest roadblock.
Yeah,
because it's only as hard as you make it.
What?
It's only as hard as you make it because it's like when people talk about dealing with customers and they're really difficult and blah blah. Just get rid of the customers.
Yeah, you did right. Actually, I always talk about this having a cull.
Having
a cull of customers.
Yeah, completely.
Because that they bring you down, and then you end up treating your other customers with a little bit of you're just a bit frustrated and stuff. It's not fair on them.
Well, it's the same with like people you work with, or if you've got employees or partners or whatever else.
Yeah.
If you're not happy, and you're not progressing the way you feel like you should be, just get rid of them. Cut the head off the snake.
What films make you cry?
Oh, loads.
Are you soft now you've had kids?
Yeah.
Oh, me too, man. I am so soft.
Have you seen them shorts on Disney Plus? The short movies?
No.
There's one about a dad who has a gifted child, but the gift the child has that it can fly.
No, right. With skis. Like Eddie the Eagle.
And I cry at that every time.
There. Nigel sent one here. What advice would you give to the younger generation that want to take on their own business?
Stop talking about it and do it.
Yeah. You have. I say this to Luke, right? Luke's like just at college doing his barbering, but he's been working in barbers for like 4 years. And I'm saying, Luke, if you don't like it, just stop doing it and do something else. You're going to have like 4 or 5 careers in your life.
Oh, yeah.
You've got loads of time. Like we have now.
Yeah.
If this doesn't work, then you just move on to something else. You're not going to starve. So for younger people, I would definitely just get it done. Get it done and go and just do it. Stop following money as well.
Oh, no, yeah, don't follow
money.
the money.
Just sucks.
You follow the money, you'll never get anywhere.
No.
David Robson, did gingers survive outdoors?
No, that's why we're indoors, David. It's beautiful in here. Oh, look at Paul's trying to make her cry with a film called Float.
Oh, that's what I was talking about. That's what it's called, Float.
Is it?
Oh,
that's what he's on about then.
It's such a beautiful little movie. It's tiny.
Yeah,
it's only a couple of
Disney
minutes.
short film.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
And there's a one where they go to the moon with stars. Have you seen that one? It's like a kind of French animation one. I think it's a Disney or a Pixar. And they go on the moon and grab a star, and it makes me cry. Gary Kersop, here we go. What are the 3 people who have been most influential to you? Gary, I'm going to tell you a story here. When someone influences you, you've got to tell them. No, not you. You've got to tell them because I think just like a podcast or when you're an author and you release a book, you never know who's at the other end reading that book, right? And I've spoken to some people and have said, I've asked that question, what Gary's just asked it there. And they said, I read this book, and it really changed my life. I said, did you tell the author? Nah. Why not? Tell the author. Write him an email right now and tell the author because it's a lonely journey when you're doing stuff like this and you don't know who's at the other end. So I always make a point of telling people, and I actually told a guy that I used to work with decades ago that he really changed my life, and I sent him a LinkedIn message, and he was blown away by it because he hadn't realized at all. He was a mentor to us, So I really think you should share that. You'd say while I die. 3 people that saved
3 people.
Obviously, mum and dad.
There's hundreds of people because they influence you, and you can be influenced in big ways and small ways, can't you? So I think I don't know if he's still listening, but Matty Booth influenced me,
right?
Just because of the way he treats the brewing industry. It's like with a slight bit of disdain, but it was good because when you get into brewing, and especially with beers and things, you start to it's like false gods.
Yeah.
And he kind of brought me back down to earth a little bit, so that was nice. Good.
I think sometimes that's good. You should always surround yourself with yes men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone who's going to challenge you like that can be great. And I love challenge. There's Carl here. What is the one person you would love to have a conversation with? Jim Morrison for me. Or Kurt Cobain.
Oh, Jim Morrison.
Oh, man.
Oh, but he's boring.
Now, have you read his poetry?
Yes.
I've got his poetry books in the loft. Yeah, see, I like a bit of poetry,
I'd probably say the 12th century Persian poet Rumi.
Well, it was on the tip of my tongue, to be honest. It was either Rooney or Jim Morrison.
Sandy Toxvig.
Sandy Toxvig, number 73.
I met her once.
You met her what?
I met her once.
Oh, okay.
Lovely woman. Absolutely incredible.
Right.
Number 73.
She was on number 73, The Breakfast Show.
Oh, I thought you meant you interviewed a number 73 podcast.
No, you're too young to know what number 73 is. You don't know what number 73 is?
No.
If you know what number 73 is, pop it in the comments, just so I'm not going crazy. There was Sandy Toxvig and Neil Buchanan, I think. It was like a breakfast morning thing, I'm sure, or some show.
Neil Buchanan?
The artist, dude.
Yeah.
Sarah will know who he is.
Morph.
That's
oh, no.
Tony Hart. That's Tony Hart. What earth are you on about?
Glenn's just walked out. Art Attack.
Art Attack.
That's what I meant.
Your man
to say.
who would like do stuff from like a great height, and when you look down on it, it's like he's made a face and he's just moved sacks around and put jumpers on the floor for beards and that.
Okay.
Dragged bushes over for hair. Anyway, Sandy Toxvig, how was she so inspirational?
She's just a nice human being.
Right. All right, again. Look, there you go. Look, my mate David says Neil Buchanan is Banksy.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Is that a rumour?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you continue to learn in order to stay on top of things?
Podcast Gary, industryangel.com, 200 episodes, my friend. That's a really good question because I can't read. Right, I can read, that's silly. I haven't got time to read. And people send me books all the time.
I make time to read.
I'd love to. I don't make time to read. You know what it is? I have this problem, right? I feel guilty if I'm reading because I should be doing something else. So I listen to books on audio on 2 times speed whilst I'm commuting or running. I'm just like, I'm going to burn out, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You need to slow down.
I think I do.
Have a sip of your pint.
Okay, mate. You carry on.
No, I do read a bit, but I think it's just about asking the question. I always feel like people feel like, because you get an element of an imposter syndrome.
Everyone gets imposter syndrome.
When you're doing something like this and you think, I know I'm not the world's best brewer. I know this isn't the world's best brewery. I know, the beer isn't the best. All that kind of stuff.
It is.
Well, no, but I think I've got friends that are master brewers.
What?
Master brewers.
Master brewers.
And like today, for instance, I had a question. So I was down in Darwin Brewery in Sunderland.
I'm such a child.
And I asked.
Carry on.
I asked the question. It was a stupid question, really, because I should have known it, but I didn't. So I asked, and he told me, and that's it.
Yeah, and that's great.
Don't dwell on.
Ask the stupid questions, and you've why sit there looking? What's that term when they say you ask a question, you look stupid for a minute. If you don't ask a question, you're ignorant for a lifetime, or something like that. Something like that. Paraphrasing.
But it's like what Reese says. You don't know what you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So just ask the question.
Exactly. Get back your questions in.
I don't know where they've gone. Oh. Right.
Oh, he's filling in with some tunes now.
Can you remember what I was like as a kid?
No, I didn't know you when you were a kid.
That wasn't your question.
That's someone else's question.
Blue or green?
Green like my eyes.
Wood or metal?
Wood like your head.
Chinese or Indian?
Indian all day. India is my favorite country in the world.
Number 1 or number 2?
Tier 1. Number 6 is my favorite number, actually.
North or south?
Far north.
Oh, tomato sauce or mayonnaise?
Sauce.
Really?
Tomato sauce.
Oh, that's wrong. Salty or sweet popcorn?
Salted, buttered.
Right. Being 18 or being 30?
30 all day.
All day. Elbows or knees?
Elbows, because my knees are terrible. Thanks, Dad.
And cake or death?
Cake.
Fair enough.
I don't even like cake.
You didn't get many of them right, but
I didn't get many of them right. I don't know.
If you're gonna have a tattoo on your face, what would it be?
My face. Surely.
That's good. That's a good answer. I like that.
Thanks. Should we ask Grant here? Look, are you planning on taking your own brew across to revisit the German beer festival? Tell us a bit about
that. We did a street festival in Germany with my.
Right.
It's on again. It should be on again in June. We've been invited back.
Have you?
Yeah, it's 25,000 people.
So will you go back as One More Than Two Brew and take your beer?
Well, it'd be me and Matty, so we might do a half thing.
That would be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Northeast
I'd quite like
beer.
to take some of the breweries from the local area as well.
That would be pretty cool.
And kind of highlight their...
Does everyone collaborate? Like all the brewers, have you all got each other back? Got each other's backs?
Yeah, it's a good industry.
It's not like competitive or anything.
Well, there's always an element of that. And there's quite a few people that I wouldn't work with. if I'm honest. But then
Go on the questions
but
before
yeah,
you
but-
dig yourself a hole.
No, I'm not going to mention any names, but I mean, it's the same in every industry, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So snog, this is from Simon Britton. Snog, marry, kill for your previous podcast guests. I wish I'd come up with that one.
Thanks, Simon. Snog, marry, kill. Snog. Ash Dykes is hot.
Is he?
He's bloody hot, honestly. He destroys me. He's always posting pictures of his top off. It's like, "Rah, it's COVID, man. I'm not in shape right now." I tell you who I love, Sarah Kumalu, who I had on recently, who climbed Everest. She's the first Black African lady to climb Everest. And she came on the live podcast, the live video. She had all her traditional African gear on. She looked amazing.
Wow.
Such a smile from ear to ear. Like, honestly, her energy was like radiating out of the computer. I was just like, I was beaming when I was talking to her. She talked about Everest. It's a good story. She tried it twice, I think, and failed because you need like a weather window to get up Everest. And you obviously go to base camp, camp 1, camp 2, back down. It just wasn't working out for her on the first 2 times she did it. And it cost a fortune, right, to go do Everest. And when she got home, I think it was the second time, her son, she was like, "Nah, I'm done. That's it. I'm not gonna go back." And her son, when she got home, he went, "So when are you going back to Everest then?" Because he said, "When are you, not are you going back?" It really stuck in her head. And she went, "I can't not let that lad down, or that's how I'm perceived." And she went and she did it. And she was the first Black African woman to summit Everest. And then she subsequently did, I think she was the first to ski to the South Pole or something. And she's done loads of other summits.
Did she use your feet?
She did not use my feet to go to the South Pole. Sarah's a lush though, Sarah. What was that, Snog?
So that's who you're kissing, right?
Right, I'm kissing. Marrying. I did interview Linda Smith, who's a power litigator in the States. And her moniker is the meanest woman alive. She actually knocked back Mick Jagger at a party, told him to jog on. He was giving her the crack. She is wild. And if she asked me to marry her, I am saying yes. What's the next one?
Kill.
Grant Murray. Grant Murray has been sending us all these stats of his LinkedIn posts that are performing much better than mine. So, yeah, Grant.
Do you think it's too early to put the Christmas tree up?
Well, considering you've made a Christmas beer.
I'm getting it delivered on Tuesday.
So Tuesdays when the Christmas trees could go
It's
up?
a 12-foot Norwegian spruce.
I thought you were talking about beer. You're getting delivered Tuesday.
No, it's here.
It's here.
Yeah.
Well, of course not.
Of course it's here. What are you talking about? You've already tried it.
Well, I said the beer, and you went, "Yeah, it's getting delivered Tuesday."
No, the
you never
tree.
mentioned a tree.
I said, is it too early to put the Christmas tree up?
Well, yes. You've got to wait till Tuesday. Honestly.
That's a fair point. That was from Mark Conway.
What are you getting delivered?
A 12-foot Norwegian spruce.
That sounds good.
I have no idea what it is.
But not blow over.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So we need to figure out how we're going to keep the Christmas tree up. Concrete.
Concrete.
Yeah, well,
Very
concrete, yeah.
environmentally friendly.
So this is a good question.
Honestly, 200th episode, overdone.
That's not very good, actually. Oh, okay. So Jenny Brady.
Jenny JB, love JB.
Brady. What do you hope you can look back on in your life when you're 100 and say, I'm proud of that, both personally and professionally?
Definitely volunteering 101. Do you know about this?
No.
Right. Okay. So I decided I was going to volunteer 101 times. So I bought volunteering101.com, thanks to Team D, who've sorted that out for us. And I've been volunteering for the last year or so. And every time I volunteer, I write a blog. And every time the blog is then going to be in a book. And I'm going to maybe do 2 volumes of it. So 0 to 50, 51 to 101. And that's going to be promoting other charities and stuff. But then hopefully when people read it, they'll read it with a view of being inspired to volunteer themselves. So I might volunteer 101 times, but that 101 might start being 1,001 or 100,001, depending who's read the book. So I've been doing that, but obviously COVID hit, which kind of stalled a little bit. So I've been doing some volunteering stuff online, like hosting things and that. But I definitely want to get that book published. I really want to do it, but it's just time, isn't it?
So you're volunteering 101 times in a year?
No, not in a year. I would love to do it in a year, but if you
Oh.
imagine that's going to be like 1 a week.
Yeah.
2 in a week, sorry. Quick maths. I'm not volunteering to teach maths at all. No, I was going to say it's a couple of years, but I've done 30 odd or something up, but it's just great. I've been cut out of buses by the fire brigade. I've trimmed hedges in the wilds of Northumberland, picked litter up from the beach, just loads of stuff but you meet so many people and your network just expands so much. And if you've got time on your hands, volunteer, just like what your crew do here. And look who you meet. You've got a great set of friends now. And they've got great friends from volunteering.
Yeah.
Some people say they're bored or they need to get out a bit more. Volunteering for me is the way to do it.
Most definitely.
Expand your network. So
I think the point you made about inspiring other people, the whole point of this bribing people with beer to go and volunteer is that we put that little kind of carrot on the stake, which then people think, right, okay, well, I'll volunteer because I'll get a free night out. But then hopefully, once they've actually done the volunteering side of things, then they feel, oh, actually, this is something that I really want to do. Or you get that little warm, nice feeling. You want it again.
It's like, there's a dopamine or that you get when it's called help as gift or something. You get dopamine, which gives you endorphins.
Endorphins, yeah.
Yeah, so when you're helping people, you get a high, you feel good inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And that's what the guys have done here. When you've got all the all the construction outside, they've done that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? They can look at that and drive past and go, I did that.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, I mean, I played a very integral supervisional role.
Yeah,
but they did most of it. Yeah.
Sure. I ask Gary's question here. What makes you feel inspired? Inspired. Inspired.
It's such a big question, isn't it?
It is like, well, even thinking about like what Gary does, right? So it's like public service, like people who give themselves to work, to creating something for the public, you know. So whether that be like housing or, you know, even like cutting grass in graveyards and like that sort of stuff's classic. We all need each other. Like I walk on the beach sometime and there'll be a guy there, like, you know, with the tongs, like picking up rubbish and putting it in the bin. I'm like, thanks, mate. I love that. I love saying, I love like thanking them for doing what they're doing and keeping our beautiful borough clean. That inspires me. When people are all, when you see everyone working together, like I went and got petrol the other day. I was there. There's 3 kids and one of them chucked like a KFC wrapper on the floor and like, stop me car. And I went, how mate? Like, pop that in the bin, right? And like, you got a little bit edgy. I went, this is your town as well. This is my town. This is your town. Come on. And his mates were like, yeah, he's right. You know what I mean? And I thought, oh, I'm going to get a fight in my hands here. Like, do you know what I mean? But I love that. That inspires me when I see people doing things for the borough.
You know the McDonald's at Simonside?
Might do.
I was coming out of Tesco and this bloke threw his McDonald's on the floor. So I picked it up and threw it back in the car.
Did you?
Yeah, and just got in the car and drove off. Glad he didn't get out, like, because he looked like a big
lad. Big lad, yeah. You were worried all the way, weren't you?
Yeah.
Panicking.
Who's up behind me? Yeah.
What inspires you then, or who inspires you?
Passion in people inspires me. I love it when people are passionate about things.
Yeah, ditto.
I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
It's catchy, isn't it?
Totally is, yes. Surround yourself.
People have like a passion and a real kind of drive for something.
Yeah.
It automatically kind of comes over to you.
You're like the Pied Piper, aren't you, really, in here? All these volunteers, you've got 20 volunteers because they see the energy in you and the passion in you. What's Rob said here? If you knew you couldn't fail, what thing would you love to do?
Oh, that's a good question.
These are tough.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I'm going to have to jump out of a plane soon. My old man's done a few jumps. I'm going to have to parachute jump. Don't know why I said that.
You're just hoping it doesn't fail.
I just hope it doesn't fail. Well, you would. It's the first thing you think of, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you're like coming, I'm imagining just going to go, oh, it's worked.
But you only need a parachute if you want to skydive twice.
Yes.
That's the name of one of my beers.
Skydive twice.
Is it? Yeah.
Is it? Is it?
Oh, it's not up.
It's not up.
It's called if you only need a parachute if you want to skydive twice.
Can anyone here give us a name for a beer?
Ooh.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, go on then.
It? So if someone has a really good idea for a beer,
it's got to be at least 7 words.
At least 7 words. Leave it in the comments, and it could be
around about 7 words.
It could be the next beer. It's got to be like a long.
It's got to be a long name.
It's got to be
also got to be something like you've heard it, rather than it being. I don't want anything punny or anything.
Yeah, because like Rob just said there, if you knew you couldn't fail, what thing would you love to do? That could be a good beer name.
Yeah. Corona
Suki.
Very good.
Has Corona sales gone up? I don't know. Get back your questions.
I bet they've gone down.
Get back your questions. It's just Sol anyway.
Team D.
Team D.
If you had £1 million to spend on podcast tech and studio, how would you spend it?
£1 million to spend on tech. So, have you been in the content suite over at 120 Green?
Yes.
So what we've got there is, it's like an MVP, really.
It's disappointing,
yeah. Right? So we've got the mixing desk in there. We've got the microphones in there. We've got lighting. We've got a space. And that was the main thing. It's giving people a space to be able to record content. I'd love to do that. We're giving like really modernized, like all mod cons, teach them how to fish, and let people starting to do stuff like this, like creating content and lives and podcasts, and just see if people are coming in and using it and like creating so much content. That's what I would do.
Do you think the council will give you £1 million?
If they're listening, I would love £1 million, please. And no, I don't. Rob says there, do I get a free pint if you use it? So whoever wins the name the beer competition, what do they get?
The pleasure of naming a beer.
Yeah, and a free pint, of course.
Yeah,
you
you get
pint?
a free
Wow.
pint. Of course, you can have a free
Wow.
pint.
He sold himself pretty short there, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Yeah. He needs us.
Unless that's his name of the beer.
Do I get a free pint if you use it? That is a good name for a pint.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get 10 free pints. I've just sick of lockdown and COVID. Can I have a beer? Come in, Carl. We'll get you a beer when this all goes off in December. December's wide open, isn't it? Go on, get back.
What's the £1 million then?
What?
What are you spending it on?
I'm going to buy loads of equipment in a facility.
Be specific, man.
Oh, you want specific? You
Yeah.
want actually what DSLR cameras and Rode microphones and
What's a Rode microphone?
I've got no idea.
You making this up?
I'm making it all up, man. Mixing desks, cameras, phones.
What's this called?
Don't touch it. It's a shock mount. It'll shock you. Don't touch it.
Oh, right.
Read the questions, man. Honestly, people are dropping off. We had 40 odd people watching now.
It's because you're boring, Ian. You need to smile more.
Honestly, get the questions, will you?
What celeb is on your list?
Why did you go list?
Because if I said list, it could be any list. I'm trying to infer that it's the list.
A rude list.
Like a, list.
What, a dog? List.
It's a very Irish thing to do.
Celebrity. I tell you who I was talking to the other day.
You were talking to a celebrity?
Uri Geller.
Were you?
Mm-hmm. Do you know how much you wanted to be on the podcast?
15 grand.
No, it wasn't that bad.
Oh.
This tells you the level of Uri Geller right now, actually.
40
1,500 euro.
Would you pay him to be on your podcast?
I should get him on for a laugh.
Uri Geller?
You could bend spoons and that.
You can't.
I get your watch working.
It's working.
Well, he might stop
It's
it
just
for
on
you.
the wrong wrist, apparently.
Celebrity. Robert De Niro or Quentin Tarantino. They'll have loads of tails, won't they?
I don't think that... No, the list.
Oh, the list.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I tell you who's texting me loads lately. What do you call her? Jess Glynn.
Who?
Jess Glynn. She's always texting me wanting to come on the show.
Who's Jess Glynn?
She did that. You not know Jess Glynn?
I'm not very good with popular culture.
Oh, rubbish.
I'm wearing a cardigan.
Well, who would you get on? Who would you want on?
Listen to Radio
Who's on your
4.
list? Your Eleanor's watching. Who's on your list then?
Just Eleanor.
Just Eleanor. Eleanor's on his. Robert De Niro or Quentin Tarantino for me. Great.
To interview?
Yeah, definitely. Tarantino would be amazing.
Yeah, he would be pretty good.
Yeah, but he's bonkers, right?
You need longer than an hour.
Oh, I bet he would be like pulling teeth. I bet he'd be quite intense.
Yeah. And there'd be a lot of pauses as well.
Yeah, wouldn't, you know.
And he'd be like, shh, while I think.
Yeah. But like you, really. Intense.
Intense.
Boring. Did you say boring?
Boring.
Right, get back your questions. We've been on 1 hour and 16, man. We're losing
Have we?
people. Yes.
People are still watching.
We're
You got
losing
nothing
people.
better to do.
We're losing people left, right, and centre. Well, not actually. Look, it's going up.
Oh, I've got a question for you. What did you do wrong and when? No, in your
Is this the James Bond thing again?
So your first podcast,
Uh-huh.
obviously 200 in.
Yeah.
So can you actually put your finger on what you've done wrong? Or have you done something wrong? Not wrong, but that you've made a significant improvement to?
Well, last week I interviewed Carl, who we're talking about from Urban River, and we set it all up in the content suite, just like we've got here. So mix and desk, they can't see now, like, but we've got mix and desk here, microphones, and everything was set up. And I clicked the wrong webcam, so we did the whole show, and the webcam was the small one on my laptop, not the one we've got set up here. And I was moving the tripod and everything, trying to get it to work. And I just went live. You still make mistakes all the time, because going live, you're just throwing so much tech into it. But that's the beauty of going live for me, because it's raw, it's gritty, and it is unpolished, and I love that.
Have you pressed record?
Yes, I pressed record. You can see there's a big red button.
Right.
But I didn't press record on the 100th episode of Ray Spencer, which is a great blooper.
So you'll never get that back.
No. I realised I hadn't pressed record, and I asked Lee. I went, "Oh, Lee, I've pressed record. I forgot to press record." And I was sitting like this in front of the audience, and Lee, who's my runner, who sets all the cameras up and the lighting, went, "Get off your ass and do it yourself." So I'd actually get off his seat, go over and press record, and he was behind the camera laughing away to himself. And then Ray went, and he's done this 100 times. It was a great blooper. You'll have to watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, I like Ray.
Laura's asked here, look, have you ever been stuck for a question? Had a really challenging person to interview? Yeah. Do you know what I find quite challenging sometimes is when you're quite overawed or a bit in. Like I interviewed Rick Drazen, who's just recently died. Rest in peace, Rick, absolute legend. He was Arnold Schwarzenegger's training partner.
Wow.
And I'm really interested in that golden era of bodybuilding, like the 70s, where like they started like really emerging, going along Muscle Beach in California and Venice Beach and stuff. Rick was quite intense. He was quite hard to pull things out of, but he was in his late 70s and he'd just been there and done it. And it was like, you just come to me and ask me stuff. And I was just like, oh, I thought he would like give me a load of stuff.
Yeah.
But he wasn't. He was just quite, sometimes people are quite closed with you. You ask a question, it's like, yes. It's like, all right, you're not going to elaborate? No. It's like, So
Did you not plan your questions where they're mainly open questions?
I just love
like a
this
sales call.
No, I just love this sort of stuff. No, not that way. I like to have. I do have a few questions. They're quite self-indulgent when I have like Rick Drazen on, who's a bodybuilder. I mean, like this is an entrepreneurship, a business show, but I always believe there's lessons to learn from any walk in life. That's why I had Rick on, and he did drop some absolute bits of huge value. But no, I don't really like the script stuff. I like it just to understand who they are, because everyone's got a story. So he was good. Yeah, there has been some quite intense people who are a little bit check me out. So you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
And that's coming from you.
No, shut up, man.
I've never known anyone drop as many names into a conversation.
Oh, well, just Arnold Schwarzenegger's training partner. No, like,
Can I get you some milk, Ian? Yeah, while you're there, Arnold Schwarzenegger's training partner once told me that he bought milk.
Yeah, that's pretty hard sometimes when you... I think sometimes, like, when you get this like out of body experience, and if you ever get this, like sometimes you get intense pressure. Like when we do this going live, we'll do this in front of an audience, and we'll be live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. I'll be talking to someone that I hardly know about a subject I've got no idea about, and there's an audience in front, and we're live streaming, and it's been recorded for the podcast, and your heart's just bouncing out your chest.
Yeah.
But you've just got to look like total fine. So can you tell me a time when you're literally like, oh. But after a while, you just polish yourself right up, and you just get into the groove, But just like what you said there about episode 1, it's probably naff. You know what I mean? Well, it is naff. I get it right. But after a while, you just really get used to doing this sort of stuff. There you go. Back to your
So
questions.
where did the idea come from?
So when I left corporate land, it was really tough, when I left corporate, because I went through a really hard time, But a lot of people do, because you work for the man, and I think people have mortgage anxiety. They set the stall out so high that they think, right, okay, I'm earning X amount. I can't come down. I'm literally locked in here.
Yeah.
And a couple of places where I was working, there was a little bit like bullying even. It was just intense. The atmosphere was terrible. That's why I talk so much about culture. The culture was bad. And there's Glenn away.
Boring.
off he goes. The culture was bad. And I thought, what it is? I'm done. I'm literally done. And I had 7 months off work. I burnt out massively. I was hospitalized. I had cameras down the throat. I had chest x-rays, ultrasound scans. I was popping beta blockers to get through meetings.
Oof.
I just pushed way too hard in my 30s, and it was all just trying to lunches for losers, hustle, 14-hour days. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's short-termism. And you're hunting the money all the time. Every bit of bonus and commission was like, right, okay, can I get a holiday? Can I get a concert? Can I get a new car? And you just become like pushing all the time. And then the gaffer's like, where's your sales? Where's your sales? Where's your numbers? Where's your targets? And I just was like, I'm done. I'm absolutely done. If I don't leave, I'm actually going to kill myself with work. So when I left, I thought, right, okay, I'm going to start a business, and I'm going to start on the values and the culture that I wanted to start with. But like what you've done here, this is it's your baby, right? That's why you're inspired when you come in, because it's yours. And I thought I'd document everything I do through the podcast. And I started the podcast pretty much the same time as I started Far North. So every week I'd be interviewing someone and trying to learn from them and discuss business and entrepreneurship with them, and culture and leadership and social and tech and all the things that come with running a business. And that was why I started it. Absolutely passion project. But you don't make money from having a podcast. You make money because you've got a podcast, because it gives you credibility and people like want to work with you because they understand who you are. People look over the fence and say, I like what that company's about because they're sharing so much. And we're doing it now. When you're here now sharing about your business, you've been so open and honest about, the trials and tribulations of running a business. People want to help and get involved now, don't they? And I think we're in this age now of like authenticity where people do really want to be a part of something and get on board with you and believe in you. So bit of a long answer.
Especially prevalent now with lockdown and with the year that we're having so far. I think the idea of being part of something outside your own fold, because that's kind of all anyone's got at the moment, isn't it? Their own fold.
Yeah.
So it's like Glenn there. I mean, I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but he said if it wasn't for the brewery, he'd just be sat at home.
Yeah.
Like doing nothing, you know
Gives
what I mean?
you a purpose.
Yeah, it's quite it's a hobby for a lot of people. This, and I see brewing as a hobby. I know I do it professionally, but I see it as a hobby because I enjoy it. I don't want to turn it into a business because then it might lose the spark.
That's really interesting because you sometimes can't control that.
No,
because the amount of people that come through. I remember we had a laugh before you went, God, bloody customers again. And it's funny, right? Because
I hate customers so much.
Because they love what it's about, and the fact that I come in here with you and I sit down and I see these full, I'm beaming.
Yeah.
I mean, my mate's done this. It's absolutely fantastic. So my point is, doesn't matter how much you want to control it or throttle it back or keep it low, the public will.
Oh,
push.
they'll dictate. Yeah,
you know
of
what
course,
I mean? And that's what you do in business, and you get pushed and coerced and pulled because that's where your client base want you to go. And great.
Because we've been so busy, I could probably get away with brewing less but making more money because I'm selling it on my bar where my GP is around 85%, which is massive.
Yeah.
My GP selling wholesale is about 43.
Yeah.
So I can actually make more money and brew less, which means I enjoy brewing more because you're not doing it as often, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I honestly thought during the summer when this place started to kick off, I thought I'm gonna have to be brewing like 5 days a week. When am I gonna have time to actually run the business? Because a brew day is all day. You start at I drop the kids off. I start at 9 o'clock, and then pretty much get done by 5. But some nights I have to drive home, get the band, take him home, have some dinner with them, and then come back to the brewery for 2 or 3 hours to clean down and whatnot. So it's a long day. But I forgot what the question was.
Well, basically, if anyone's watching, sometimes your business does become your hobby and it can overtake you. And I guess what you said there about putting time away to read, you do have to put time away. And, Gary's asked a question here is, when you're having a bad day, what do you do to make yourself feel better? Maybe it is those little things like going home and bathing a bin because
definitely.
They've just got that innocence of children. They don't know you've had a bad day and they don't frankly understand or care. They just want a bit of dad. And so Gary, I'm the same,
My kids are 18 months and 5 years old. So they're both at great ages.
Yeah.
So I can go home and just forget about the day and just have a lot of fun with them. Especially my little boy's mad as a box of frogs.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
No idea where he gets that from.
His granddad.
Laura, what podcast do I rate? Do you want to show your little sign again and just promote Peter Crouch? I'll get on my soapbox here. So indie casters, solo casters, we work so hard on our own. Well, sorry, Misha, because Misha's watching now who does everything really. I just do the easy bit. But we don't have hey man, honestly, these people are big studios and guest bookers and engineers and sound engineers and money and the pay people to listen and all that. We're doing all the hard stuff. So when you look at Apple Podcasts 1 to 10, they're just people who've paid people in the Far East to rate, review, and download their podcasts.
Yeah. So if Peter Crouch is listening.
Yeah. Jog on, Peter. Peter would make a good James Bond.
I tell you what, there's a podcast coming out called Per Entrepreneur. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Per Entrepreneur. I have heard about this.
Sounds incredible.
It hasn't been released yet.
No.
It's just sitting in someone's desktop waiting to be released. It's Chris's podcast, by the way. I was his first guest.
If you're a parent and an entrepreneur, hence parentrepreneur, give us a shout and you can come on. I'll interview you.
Did you name that? Is that a term or is that your term?
Oh, I don't think I've coined it.
All right, okay. Because Tony Robinson, who was a guest
The
recently,
politician.
no, you're thinking the bald from Blackadder. Tony Robinson, OBE. He was on the show recently. Who's been fighting for the excluded 3 million people who's fell through the cracks of the Chancellor's assistance with business.
Right, yeah.
Annika Hicks, big shout out Annika and Tony. Tony's coined the term happypreneur, which is about like not following money and being happy within your business. And it's great. And he's released a book. Actually, here's a good plug for you. Happypreneur, great Christmas present. You can get it on Amazon and all good bookstores. Actually, go to TonyRobinsonOBE.com and he'll probably sign it for you. Tell him Ian sent you. But yeah, he's wrote this book about the happypreneur, and I love it. It's all about just being happy at work and not chasing the buck. And, it's a really good concept. And when you meet happypreneurs, when you meet them, like Reese has been here today and he's just out, he's just crack. It's good crack. He's bundles of fun. You'd be busy and he'd be very professional.
Yeah.
But,
till he comes here.
Until he comes here, until he asks silly questions on here. Go back to yours because I'm running out of questions on here.
Ooh, okay. How long are we on?
I know, we should really stop soon.
People still watching this. Go and get your dinner.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, I haven't eaten. What time is it? 7:30. Yeah, we should wrap it up.
Finish your questions. We'll wrap it up. If anyone's got any quick questions, throw them out. We'll have... Oh, there you go. Look, Katie's through Tony Robinson's link out.
Yeah. If Eleanor's listening, can you get me that for Christmas, please? Oh no, we're buying art this year.
Art.
So we're going to decide somehow together, although we have completely different tastes.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, I love that up there, but she thinks it's horrendous.
Yeah, no, it's great. But no one else can see it, so that was weird. Unless I get the camera and turn it around.
Over there.
Oh, look at that. Is that a Banksy?
Really nice.
It's so amazing.
There's Neil Buchanan just out there. Yeah, so we've said that rather than buy each other a gift, we're going to decide on a piece of art and buy that.
Brilliant.
But from like a local artist.
Biscuit Factory.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
My grandmother's had something at the Biscuit Factory.
Me and Jess go all the time. I love it.
She carves wood.
Right.
She's a sculptor. She's done it. She used to do it with metal.
Right.
But with her getting a bit older, it's a bit heavier and stuff. So she started doing it with wood. And it was her third ever piece. And it got put in the Biscuit Factory.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It sold for $2,500. No.
What?
No,
it's not
2.5.
There's a woman, which is a naked woman, which is good.
250
$6,500. I'd like that.
Mark Conway, is there a book on the horizon? We've already sorted that.
101.
Yeah. Are you going to write it yourself?
I'm writing it every time I volunteer. I write the blog, and then it'll be like a coffee style book where you just pick it up and go to number 97, and it'll be about X.
Do you want me to copyright it for you?
Yes, please.
Right. I'll do that. Very big and open question, but we might as well finish on this because at least you've got like
we're finishing now. 5
minutes or so. Well, right. I'll stay. I'm not bothered. My kids are in bed, so. What's the plan for 2021?
Oh. So I mentioned before about when the pandemic hit, we did more of this live stuff. I love the live audience stuff. It's really, really good. Like I interviewed Anne Cleves, who wrote the Vera books.
Right.
You can see me in Vera in 2021, actually, as a solicitor, because I was in Vera last month.
Have you got any lines?
Why does everyone ask me if I've got any lines? No.
Well, it's a perfectly normal question.
It's not I'm the world's greatest supporting artist. I was a copper last year as well, with the editors out. I made the cutting room floor. I think I looked too much like James Bond.
Too short.
Too short. 2021 is lots more live stuff. Like I say, Anne Cleves at the Time Theatre was great. We did it twice, 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock. We had a great audience and it was really, really fun. And doing stuff like this in front of an audience, and because we've had great interaction live on social channels, but it's fabulous when you do it in an audience. So more of that.
Do you have to do it at One Trinity?
Yeah, we've done it at One Trinity. If you
have to do it at One Trinity.
No, we can do it anywhere I want.
Because you could use this space.
Actually, somebody mentioned that in the comments about doing it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I think it was Katie.
Because we can do that. We can do it as a drinking style thing as well.
Oh, look what's happened. Look what's happened. The Christmas stout has kicked in. The Christmas stout's kicked in.
I didn't swear. No.
Oh, there, look, Suki said, I was it this day I was presenting International Men's Day? Wow, has that been a year, Suki? See, we used to be able to get together and do events.
It's an International Men's Day?
Yeah. I spoke at International Men's Day last year. It was great.
Oh, where?
Obviously, it's global, but we did it in Sunderland. I spoke in Sunderland last year.
Yeah. On mental health.
A bit of everything, yeah. Mental health and culture and burnout and, yeah, wearing skis on feet. But yeah,
Working for MI6.
But yeah, just doing, lots more live stuff. I'm really missing it. It's hugs, selfies, handshakes. Yeah, I'm really missing it, man. I'm really, really missing it. And I'm really scared going forward. I don't know about you, but I'm sure people watching this, you watch a film or a television and go, he's just shook hands with him. He's just put his arm around her. And it just looks so alien now. I really hope that doesn't, that weirdness.
It won't become a thing.
I hope it doesn't, because honestly, just getting together as friends and taking photographs where, I don't like this standy off stuff. It's awful.
Yeah, it's hard with the volunteers in here because we wanted to get a group photo for Christmas.
Yeah.
But saying we'd all have to stand, obviously, a couple of meters apart.
I know.
So I just said, let's just not do it.
Let's just not do it.
Because why would we want to
It's
remember?
so sad, isn't it?
Yeah, that time, Obviously, I say thank you to them all at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Some of them work a couple of hours, some come in, work all day. But I was obviously say thank you to them, appreciate your time and effort and everything. And the one thing I want to do is just give them a big hug.
I know.
To say thank you and show my appreciation, but
yeah,
it's just an elbow
hit.
I don't even know you're supposed to do that anymore.
I don't know. Do you kick each other or something?
Drop kick.
Kick each other at the backside. Are we done now then?
It's up to you. I think 1 hour 36.
1 hour 36 is good going.
I mean, we've lost about 40 people.
Well, I've lost
in the
40
past, in the past
but
half
I tell you what
an
it is. If you're watching this on demand, thank you so much. It would have been great for everybody to watch live, which has been fabulous. But people do watch a lot on demand, or they've probably had things to do like bathing babies and having dinner. So,
of course.
And they might watch up again later on. So thank you so much. If you've enjoyed it, hit the share button. Here's my right hook here. Hit the share, like and subscribe, and rate and review. No, do. If it's helped anybody or you've enjoyed it, it's been a big crack, share it. If you want us to do this again, let us know. We might do this again because this is 200.
I'm not doing it again.
Let's make it 400 and come down to one more to them brew. One more stout than I should have. One more something or other. Where am I?
One more than two, bro.
Thanks very much.
Portbury Street,
South Shields. And we could do a live event here, couldn't we?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
In the summer, we've got all that land out there.
Yeah.
And they've got burners and we've got seats and picnic tables. So we'll have a good, we'll do a live event here. I think that would be really, really cool.
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody, for your comments. Look at all of them.
Are you still doing the foundation thing?
Well, we're gonna do a Charlie and Carter Foundation night as well.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that in December, hopefully, aren't we? If Boris allows us to.
The 19th. No.
I think we'll have got something in the diary.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be pretty cool. There's our Katie. Look, she knows how to say one more than two brew. Maybe she hasn't had as many. Katie does like a real ale, so she'll have to come down here.
Yeah, come on down.
So thank you so much. Shall we wrap it up then?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm hungry.
You hungry?
Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. I can't even shake your hand.
Did you enjoy it?
I loved it. It was good fun. It wasn't as good as the 100th of Ray Spencer.
Well, Ray's a legend.
But no, it was better than Ray. He won't be watching. It's fine. He won't be.
Do you think your career's still intact?
No.
Good.
No.
I've done my job.
Right. Thank you so much, Chris.
No worries,
Well
man.
hosted. Thanks everyone for watching.
See you later.
And take care. Stay safe.